Velocity nowadays is the go-to Minecraft proxy. If you want to make a network, then in a lot of cases, Velocity is simply the way to go. But there's a little bit of a problem. Velocity is made by PaperMC. And because of that, by default, Velocity proxies only work with PaperMC servers. And forks of paper, of course. But let's say you want to make a modded Minecraft network, using either Forge or Fabric servers. What can you do then? Can you not use Velocity at all? Well, I mean you can. That's the whole reason this video exists in the first place. Today I'm gonna show you how to set up a Velocity network using either Fabric or Forge servers. Now, real quick, annoying YouTuber alert, bam, play button in your face. And also some YouTube analytics. 86.1% of my daily viewers is not actually subscribed to the channel. At the same time, we are so close to hitting 100,000 subscribers, so do make sure to double check if you're actually subscribed. There's a big chance you might think you are, but you might not actually be in reality. So do make sure to double check, it would help me out a lot. Now for this video, I will assume you have some Minecraft servers available that you can turn into a network. One of these servers will be completely occupied with being the proxy, and you won't be able to actually play on that server. All it does is make travel between the other servers possible. The other 2 servers, or maybe you want 10, the amount really doesn't matter, but they can all just be regular Fabric or Forge servers. Now in my case, I have one of each here that is definitely not recommended in regular use, but I want to show you how to do it on both platforms. Also, I know that my Velocity server has 4 gigs of RAM. In most cases for a proxy, this is complete overkill. These are just the servers I have available for this video. Now, if you want to self-host Minecraft servers, then you can of course do that. You can also use any Minecraft server hosting company that you want, as long as they support proxies. And if you're still looking for a place to host a Minecraft server, you might be interested in checking out channel partner AlienHost. They offer high quality Minecraft servers, and through the builder on their website, you can completely customize your own. That way you don't pay for anything which you won't use. And if you buy a Minecraft server with enough vCores and RAM, you're able to split that server into multiple independent Minecraft servers that you can then use to, for example, make a network, like I've done in this case. So do check them out through the link in the description down below and use code KASASARA at checkout to save 20% off of your first month, which will of course also help me out along the way. So currently all of these 3 servers are up and running, but they are still in no way connected to this network, and by default we can't even do this. Forge and Fabric by default don't have any of the config files required to connect them to a Velocity network, which is why we have to do some modding. For Fabric and Quilt, you can use the Fabric Proxy Lite mod. This is a mod which will simply add support for Velocity to your Fabric or Quilt servers. At the same time, you can use the mod Proxy Compatible Forge to add Velocity support to Forge and NeoForge servers. So even if you're using Quilt and NeoForge, you can totally do this. Now, good to note is that this mod specifically, the one for Forge and NeoForge, is a little bit outdated. Now, in general, this is not a very big issue. The vast majority of Forge mod packs are not even available for 1.21 yet. So for most servers, this will be sufficient, but it does currently not support the latest version of Minecraft, and I was also not able to find a good working alternative that did. So if you do have any recommendations for that, do let them know in the comments down below. You might just be able to help someone out with that. But I'm simply gonna download both of these and then simply drag them in the appropriate mods folder. So my Forge server will get the Proxy Compatible Forge mod, and my Fabric server will get the Fabric Proxy Lite mod, as well as the Fabric API, just to be sure. Now, of course, you want to make sure you install the appropriate mods on all the servers that you want included on your network. I'm simply going to show you how to do it once, but just make sure to repeat this process on every single one of your servers. Let's start with Fabric. So in the root of your Fabric server directory, you want to search for the config folder, and inside of there should now be a Fabric Proxy Lite.toml file. This one you simply want to open up, and you can see that it is a very simple config. The only 2 things you really want to do here is maybe change the disconnect message, and aside from that, all you want to do is add a secret key. Now, what is the secret key? The secret key is basically a code that your Velocity server provides that you can then give to all of your other servers, so a safe connection is possible. It makes it so that this server can only be joined through that particular proxy, which has the same secret key. This is Velocity's modern forwarding method, and you should definitely use it. So what you want to do to find your secret key is go to your Velocity server, and there in the root of your Minecraft server directory, you will see a file which is called forwarding.secret. Simply open that file up and there will be a code inside. This is the secret key. So simply make sure to copy it, then go back to the Fabric Proxy Lite config, and here where it says secret, we're simply gonna paste in that code, and there we go. Make sure to save your file and reboot your server. And there we go, the Fabric server is now set up correctly. I will set up the Velocity Proxy in a little bit though. First I'm going to show you how to set up the Forge server. So for the Forge server as well, you simply want to locate the config folder in the root of your Minecraft server directory. Then in the config folder you should see a PCF common.toml file. And in here, all the way at the top, we got an insert for the modern forwarding key. Now I just showed how to get this key in the Fabric section of the video. I'll show you how to get it again. Simply go to your Velocity server. In the server directory root, you want to look for the forwarding.secret file, and in there will be a little code. This code you want to copy, then go back to the PCF common.toml file and paste in the secret key over here. And there we go. By inserting the key which the Velocity server provides, you now make it so that this backend server can only be joined through our Velocity Proxy, and not just any Velocity Proxy out there. So simply save your content and then give your Forge server a quick little reboot. Now let's finish this installation by setting up the proxy itself. So the first thing you want to do is take note of all the server IPs and ports of all of your backend servers. Just copy them all to a notepad. After that, inside of the root of your proxy server directory, you should be able to find the velocity.toml file. And over here, there are a few things which we want to change. So first of all, you want to make sure that the port here at the top is the same as the port of your Velocity server. So whatever port it is that your Velocity server has available, you want to make sure that it matches with the port here in the config. It should all do this by default, but just in case it doesn't, make sure to double check. Now next up, you want to look for the player info forwarding mode. And this one you want to change from none to modern, just like that. This way your proxy can start utilizing the modern forwarding mode, which is what the secret key is for and what we just set up on the Fabric and Forge servers. After that, you want to scroll further down until you stumble upon the servers section. And you need to add all the IPs that you want to be part of this Velocity network over here. So the lobby server, I'm gonna rename this one to Forge, and then I'm gonna input the IP and port of my Forge server over here. There we go. Then the faction server is gonna be Fabric, and then the IP and port of my Fabric server I insert here. Now I don't have a third server, so I will be removing this one, and I do feel like it's good to mention again that it's not recommended to run a Forge and Fabric server besides each other in the same Minecraft network. I'm just doing this for the purpose of this video. But let's say you want to make a Fabric network and you have 10 servers that you in total want included, then you want to make sure you add all 10 of those servers here in this list. Now after that, you also want to add the default server. So as soon as people join your proxy, what is the server they will be sent to? Currently it is still set to lobby, but lobby doesn't exist anymore. So I'm simply going to replace this one with Fabric. And what you can also do if you don't really care about which server people are sent to is simply add a comma, after that more quotation marks, and then just insert other server names here as well. So if I now add Forge, just like this, then now the proxy will first try to connect players to the Fabric server, and if it's not able to, because the server is for example offline, then players will be sent to my Forge server. So good stuff. Now do make sure if you're not using forced hosts to just clear this entire section, otherwise it could cause some errors. And then you simply want to save your content and then give your Velocity proxy a good old restart. And after that, you're good to go. If we now copy the IP of the Velocity proxy and insert it in game, you will see that the proxy is up, and when we join, we get sent to the Fabric server. Look at that! That works perfectly. So now in game, when we type /server, all of your servers should now show up here. So I got the Fabric server, which is the one I'm connected to right now, and then there's also the Forge server, which I'm pretty sure as soon as I try to connect, it will decline me, as that server is in version 1.21.4. 24 and I'm in 1.21.7. But let's have a go at it. Yeah, that's what I thought. But it works, and that's good. You can now start installing mods on your individual servers, as well as plugins on the proxy if that is something which you want. But do of course keep in mind that for a lot of mods, players also need to have them installed on their client. So making every single server in your Fabric network, for example, a different mod pack would be a giant hassle. With that being said, that's gonna be it for today. Do make sure to subscribe to my channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members, and then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, see you later, bye bye!